Today we're going to talk about how to properly set up an automatic level and get it level so that you get accurate reading. So the first step in this process is setting up your tripod. Okay, so I've already unhooked our strap that's around it. So I'm going to lengthen all three legs all the way out. We want to lengthen them fully, lock them back in place, and then we're going to spread them out pretty evenly. Now, how high you set this kind of depends on you as a person. I'm a pretty tall guy, so I want it pretty tall because I don't want to be hunched over. If you're shorter, you're going to set it up shorter. Okay. Also, when you do this, you want to try to start with a pretty level base. Okay. Once you got it set and it looks pretty level, then you're just going to simply go around and step in all three legs of the tripod. Not going to tear it up. Don't be afraid to put your whole weight on it. You get them stepped in really good so the tripod is sturdy. Okay? So once we have our tripod set, then we're going to go to our box and get our level out. Okay, when you handle the level, you do not want to drop this. So you're going to hold it with two hands, one hand, make sure you got a good hold. You get it kind of lined up, and there's a screw underneath here that'll screw into the middle. Okay? Once you get it started, then this will move around a little bit. You notice there's three of these gray, what we call screws. These are leveling screws. You want them to be opposite a leg. So there's no leg here, we want a screw, and that puts there's no leg there, no leg there. Once we have it in that position, we will then tighten the screw up from the bottom all the way so that this now can't move. Okay? So at this point, we're going to do what's called coarse leveling. Okay, so coarse leveling is, and we'll zoom in and show this in a minute, is there's a level up on top here that I can see how level the instrument is. There's a bubble in there. Whatever leg that bubble is closest to, and in this case it's this leg here, we're going to lower it a little bit. And as we lower it, we get the bubble to go off and get closer to another leg. Alright, now when you coarse level, you only adjust two legs. Okay, what two legs just depends on how you get it set up, but you never adjust three legs, just two legs. Okay, so we got it, and you want to adjust it enough so that the bubble is not touching the sidewall of your instrument. So we're good there. We could adjust this one just a little bit, but it's not necessary, so I'm only going to adjust this leg. Okay, so now we'll bring the camera in closer. So on the level, you'll see this black thing right here. So when you're behind it, you can look in and you can actually see there's a little mirror angle that'll show you what's right here, which is the level. Okay, so when you look in at that, you'll see that the level or the bubble needs to move. So we use what's called the left thumb rule. Okay, this is your left thumb. So whichever direction your left thumb moves on this screw is the direction the bubble goes. Now, whenever we do turn it, is your right thumb either goes to it or away from it. Those two fingers work together, either go together or apart, never the same direction. Okay? So, when we look at this, the bubble needs to go a little bit to the left, so we're going to take our left thumb and take it to the left. Okay? Now, once we do that, we'll get it straight up and down this way. Then we can take our left thumb and put it on the front, and it works the same way. We're going to adjust it. We're working, and then you'll have to go back, adjust it more. Okay, once we have it perfectly centered, then we got to do the 90-degree test. And that's simply you just turn this 90 degrees, and then give it a second to settle, and make sure it's still level. If it's not, which in this case it's off just a little bit, then we need to go and readjust. Another important thing when we do this, you want to line this up so it's on the front screw and these two are off to the side. It just makes leveling a little easier. Okay, so we got it level again. We're going to move it. Alright, still level. So now we're good to use the level. Okay, So we'll talk about setting up the rod and shooting and stuff. Couple things. So this is like a gun sight. So you simply just line it up on where your rod is, and then you look through the eyepiece here. Once you do that, you can use this knob, and this is your focus. So this will zoom in, focus. And then if you need to move it just a little bit right or left, you do that with these screws. And then you can fine tune your adjustment back here. Okay? So when you're all done, you're set up, you're level, you're ready, you take your readings. Okay? Once you're done with your readings, it's time to take it all up. Now we're done, we're ready to take this all down, take it apart. So we're going to put these back on that little mark there, so that when we go to start the next time, that we're pretty much starting with a clean level slate and not one screw's all out of whack the other. Okay, we again unscrew from the bottom. Once we have it free, carefully we're going to pick it up. We'll set it back in our box, and there's a special way you do that. Then we want to close our box. We also want to be careful not to beat and bang that box around at all times. Alright, then we simply loosen our 3 legs up. Lock them back down. Pick them up out of the ground and push them all together. And that, guys, is how we set up our automatic level.